better run when you hear that. I said run when you hear that. You better run when you hear that. I said
Run when you hear that. You better run when you hear that. I said
run when you run when you hear that. I said you better run. I said run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. You better run. I said run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that.
switch.
Good evening, everybody. Bruce Foster chewing the fat. That there was Carol racing at the weekend for the first time ever, and yeah, it was pretty good to see. Another successful weekend up at Somerset Dam for the QPWC. So long may that continue, and they continue to grow and grow and grow. So let's see what round 3 brings for them. So hope everybody's had a good week, and whatever you've been up to, keen to hear what you've been up to in the comments, and you know, ride wise, race wise. I know some of you that are tuning in have raced. Morn, good evening. Luke, good evening to you, sir. And we'll see who else gives us a wave or gives us a low, and then we can go from there. And we're a bit light tonight. We've got 4 on at the moment that I can read. Hopefully in the YouTube channel the comments are not switched off. For some reason last week Glenn Corkery was trying to get online. He was online but he couldn't comment, and I don't understand why that happened, because it doesn't normally happen, but for some reason the commenting was off. So I'm hoping it is all good this week, and we can see. I haven't updated the titles, that's what I haven't done that. That's probably why people are getting a bit confused. Yeah, I forgot to update the titles, bad me. Oh dear. Yep, Rex, I've just got Rex messaging me as well, and we'll give me 2 seconds. Let me just update this. Pardon me. The thing is, I spent all afternoon doing everything else, and forgot to do this. So, yeah, hopefully that's updated now. Good evening, Angelique, and congratulations on your first attempt as well at racing at the weekend. I believe you had a great time. Yep, we've got Rex Cresswell on tonight, MSQ. Obviously, just touch base with Rex from time to time. While I'm, twittering away, let me just get this set up, and let's get it running. And let's get Rex on, and hear what he's, see what the latest updates are, hear what the new things are on the go, and what's expected. So, Erica, good evening. Rach O'Grady, good evening from New Zealand. Simon, good evening. Oh, what have I done? Nah, I know what it is. There we go. All right. Now, there's Rex. He's waiting. God, he's an eager beaver. He's ready to go. Hopefully it works for him. Go on, Rex. He tried it this afternoon and he said it worked all right, fine. He obviously hasn't got his video on for some reason. So, fingers crossed he gets his video on.
Okay, how are we going now, mate?
I can hear you, but you need to put your video. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Boom.
Gotcha.
So how are you?
I was sitting there waiting for you, but I was like...
Yeah, by the time I do the introductions and then just Twitter on a little bit, and then obviously I get you on. So it's usually around about 7 I usually get you on. So
cool.
How's things with you?
Yeah, good, Bruce. It's been pretty busy period for us. Obviously, really hectic over summer and the Easter period. Starting to quieten down a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, does it ever quieten off for you?
Yeah, well, actually, it doesn't really quieten off for us. We just go into other areas. So at the moment, we're up in Mackay doing a lot of work up there, and we also up in Torres Straits in a bit over a week's time as well. So we get around a lot. People think that we are down in southeast Queensland a lot, my team, but we actually we cover most of the state. So
are you up there busy. A lot yourself?
Yeah, I try and get up there as much as I can. We had a big expansion just in November, so it was only the 4 of us to begin with.
Yep.
But we've increased that to 9 now, so I've got eight in my team. We've got 10 jet skis that we run, and we put jet skis in different areas during programs. So whether that be at the moment they're up in Bowen, so we fly into Proserpine. Yeah, and obviously we've got some down here in Mooloolaba and up in Gladstone.
So in other words,
well.
People like Morn Durand and some of his buddies are going to have to watch their backs. Is that what you're saying?
I was speaking to him this afternoon, actually. So
he's just said hi.
Yeah, look, yeah. But they're a great bunch of people up there, and I went up there a couple of weeks ago, and we did a safety talk and set off a couple of flares at night, which was pretty good.
Yep.
But yeah, incidentally, a bit of a segue into what I was speaking to him about today, which was operating those ride days, and we've just got it approved now. So that Bruce, you were involved with Jeff Lakeford.
I think it was mainly
and
Jeff
Jake
and Jake that got involved in it. I think you originally approached me
Yeah.
about it, but I think Jake and Jeff took the initiative with it.
Yeah, so
how
we've
does that look
we've
now,
sorry.
How does it look? How's that all looking now?
Yeah, it looks. I'm really happy with it. So it was good. So when I was speaking to him on today, he's going to give it a go this weekend and get back to me and see how it goes. But it's all about just assisting the the organisers, because sometimes I know with Jake, he runs some pretty big ride days, and sometimes you don't really know where you sit, whether it's an aquatic event or it's not. And the intent of this is just to give them some clarity over it. It is a code of conduct, so it's it's just a recommendation. It's not a legislative requirement. It just gives people the option to have a look at how they can avoid, getting into that realm of aquatic event, because once they go into that, there's a large approval process. There's a fee obviously associated with that, and then it puts the onus on the organizer as well. So they need to have, insurance and things like that. And this, for those that don't know, the aquatic event sort of gets triggered if there's an impact to navigation of other ships.
Yep.
So the whole premise of this is so that we can give, jet ski riders, especially organisers, some fairly clear guidelines on where we think they'll minimise their impact to other waterway users. So, look, it was done in consultation with the industry, retailers, marine parks, Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority, QPS, Boating Fisheries, Marine Parks, as I said. So it's gone around a lot of different agencies and the industry. So, look, I'm hoping it helps.
Yep. So what are the main features of it? And can you, off the top of your head, can you recall what those some of the
Well, I
main
don't have
features
to.
are?
I've actually got it here, so I don't stuff it up. But look, I pretty much know it. But look, obviously, when you get to a location, that's up to the landowners, as far as like if you're going to somewhere like Moreton, then obviously you got traditional owners that you need to make contact with. Where our remit is actually the navigable waters and the impact that it has on other waterways. So when we looked at that from our perspective, we just wanted to give some guidelines. So, for example, if you've got 50 people in it that you want to invite or have said, yeah, look, we'll go, rather than have 50 people turn up to one boat ramp, all launch at the same time and all depart at the same time, and have just a whitewash going through Cooma River. What we want to do is trying to space that out a little bit and reduce that impact. So when I was speaking to more this afternoon, we were talking about the way through for him. And look, I've got jet skis myself. I don't turn up to a boat ramp and throw all the people that I'm with into the water and let's just go. It's usually dribs and drabs. And that's the whole idea. So you have a rendezvous point. So, for example, Cooma River, if you're departing from Cooma River, you'd want to depart in small groups and say you meet on the Broadwater somewhere, and that's when you start, forming larger groups. Jake's
actually got a ride this weekend, but he's going up through the Broadwater, out through the Jumping Pin, up the Straddy, lunch at Amity, and then he's heading up to North Morton. But he's meeting up at Morton with another group, and it looks like it might actually be two groups that are going to be there. But in saying that, they're not like groups of 20 or 30 skis. Jake's pretty mindful, and his team are pretty mindful to keep them very, very small. They don't go any more than 10 riders.
And so that's where like when we were speaking with Jake with this, that's what the numbers we were talking about. So groups of 10, having in between each group of 10 having a 10 or 15 minutes separation of that, those sorts of things in rivers like say Cooma River, Nerang River, going in single file, not spreading across the river. Things like that. So a pretty pragmatic approach. And look, we're fans of the, those ride days in that, and I've got some figures that, I thought were really pertinent here, which was around inexperience. So that's the biggest causal factor in marine incidents on our from our marine investigation. So this is a great way for people, and look, Jake ran a beginner's day a few weeks ago, and we turned up to that. So they're really good initiatives, and it's a way that we can help, beginners into the industry, and also change some of that perception. We want to, try and lift the profile of PWCs as much as we can, because
Definitely.
I've got them myself, and I don't want to.
I do have a question for you in regards to perception of PWC riders. Now, obviously, you would have seen the recent potential increases of regos and licence fees down in New South Wales. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Interesting figures from Joshua Dowling, in regards to perceived incidents and accidents and fatalities in the waterways. And Queensland, surprisingly, is actually quite low compared to New South Wales. But at the end of the day, we still want to make sure the waterways are as safe as it possibly can be. And at the end of the day, one fatality is one too many. But the initiatives like what Jake does, and I know there are some other people trying to do the same sort of thing, and they're all like-minded people. They just want to try and educate people on proper etiquette on the waterway, and also awareness as well.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. And that's a really good point, because we're doing this Fatal Five campaign at the moment. It's been running for a couple of years now, and that awareness. It's not just outside of it as well. It's when you're on the water. So being aware of your surroundings is really important. So it's not like a road where you've got lines that you follow. Jet skis operate in a 360-degree environment. And however fast your jet ski is, there's always someone out there that's a little bit faster. So we really do try and push that point, be aware.
Yep.
So maintaining a proper lookout. And that means, 360. And also, you've seen that footage on TV, probably where the jet ski turned in front of another one. And then the other one collided. So, the good old catch cry there was, look astern before you turn. That's really important on jet skis.
For me personally, from day one, ever since I've been on a jet ski, I guess it's a natural fear factor from me. I've always had my head on a swivel, because the fear was either I'm the cause of something or someone else comes into me. And I would do everything I could to try and avoid all that. So, yeah, I just I'm probably guilty of playing a little bit too ultra safe. But I'd rather make sure I get home at the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely. And like a motorbike, we are exposed. So most of those serious injuries that occur, they're either the thorax, or around the chest area, or the lower limbs, so the legs. Yep. Which sort of makes sense,
I've
hitting your handlebars.
I've seen my fair share of broken legs and massive contusion, bruises on the legs, because skis have banged in, came up onto the side of their own skis, all that kind of stuff. It's not pretty, that's for sure. And then there's obviously the damage to the ski as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But one thing I would say that is a really good thing, like with jet skis, we hardly ever see people not wearing their life jackets, and that's probably it's probably one of the reasons why we're not having so many fatalities with jet skis, because everyone's wearing their life jacket. So that's really great to see out on our waterways. Everyone's got their life jacket on. It's very rare that we see that they don't. We see some going offshore with a 50S. You see that every now and again. And sometimes, and some people, being toughy with their life jackets unzipped or unclipped. And under the legislation, if it's not zipped and clipped, it's actually not on. So if you've ever fallen off a ski, what the water pressure's like, it'll just rip your life jacket off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's
just
one
pop
thing. We
off.
always stop people if we see that. We
Yep.
we stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget
Um,
that. They don't realise the pressure that the water's under when you end up in the water. It's just nuts.
yeah,
I guess the
yeah,
latest thing at the moment then obviously is now we've got the whaling, the migration highway at the moment out front with all the whales and stuff like that. Do you guys police that much, or do you just
no.
hope
So
everybody does the
marine
right thing? Is
parks,
that marine parks that do that? Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, marine parks look after that side of things. If we see something out there, we might have a quiet chat to them, but we don't enforce
Yep.
that. That's marine parks look
Yeah.
after that
Hey,
one.
listen, Rex, there's a lot of
Um,
people don't want to listen to advice. You know, there's like I got accused of
mm,
trying to intimidate and bully somebody before, and all I was trying to do was, move away, give dolphins some space. The skis were right on top, but they tried to make out that I was
mm,
trying to get it, that I was the one that was trying to do stuff for Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But
mm.
I just like I got absolute dogs abuse for it from the person,
Yeah,
Andy's missus in question. And it was a
yeah.
shame because all I was trying to do was help them, you know. But
Yeah, absolutely. And look, and that's it. I mean, you do so much for the industry. There's a lot of people do a lot of hard work for the industry to try and keep that reputation up and stop it being, used as a bit of a soccer ball around.
yeah,
And so you do like to call out that sort of behaviour, like speeding as well, and freestyling close to swimmers and all that sort of stuff. We try and call that out, but
yeah.
sometimes you end up being chastised like what you're describing, which is really unfortunate. But
Well, the thing is,
unfortunately,
I'm
that's
thick-skinned, mate. Just as well, I'm Scottish. I'm reasonably thick-skinned, so I can take a bit of a mouthful from people. I'll stand there and look at them
yeah,
in bewilderment. Would I stop
yeah,
doing it? No, I wouldn't. But I do know a lot
mm,
of people who probably would think twice after doing it the first time. They would think twice about whether they wanted to do it again in case the same thing happened to them.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah,
unfortunate.
absolutely.
That's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
listen, it is what it is.
Mm.
But
And it's all about, planning your trip when you go out, and part of that planning is looking at the area that you're operating, looking at the local rules, regulations, such as your whale watching,
yep.
but also, other on water restrictions. Just know the area that you're operating, and if you're crossing bars or going along areas where there's shallow sandbars, which Broadwater's got plenty of those,
Yeah.
and so does all up the coast, whether you're at Noosa or up in Mackay, they're everywhere.
That actually
But just
brings
knowing
this.
those,
That brings me to this one here now. You guys put out that one there. Can you see that one? Double Island,
no, I can't see your screen for some reason.
Double Island Point. I'll put it on my side. Let me just put it on my side. See if I can get it. Oh, what's happened? There we go.
Is that the Double Island
That's a
Point
Double
speed
Island
limit?
Point one speed limit. Now, a lot of people would probably look at that and think you're just being party poopers, but there's logic behind
Mm,
it. If you care,
yeah,
if you want to explain, this is a new for guys tuning in that go up that way or haven't been up that way for a few weeks. It's a new restricted area with a six knot. I can't even see it myself properly. 6 knots. Yeah.
yeah, so
Um,
yeah,
Now the reasons for that were the tides kind of changed in there, and it got shallow or something like that. Is that the reason for it?
well, it's just that. Yeah, I mean, the main reason is it's so dynamic. Double Island Point, it changes. That lagoon changes, almost daily, and access into it and out of it changes quite regularly. So we did have boys out there marking, the 6 knot and things like that, and even those ended up in the middle of a sandbar. So, it's just so dynamic.
Yeah.
So, doing it that way, cutting it across like that, makes it a lot easier for everyone to understand what the limits are,
Yeah.
rather than just trying to use a dynamic lagoon, because that's, it's just changing all the
Well,
time.
for
So,
anyone that hasn't seen this and then decides to go in there at their normal speed, you're probably going to get a bit of a surprise at some point. when you're heading in there if that sandbar's there. So yeah, be careful. Whoever's going in there at a speed greater than 6 knots.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd pop that one up because I know that was one of your more recent changes or more recent updates. Anything else?
I guess, back to that knowing your waterway. So if you go to the MSQ website, it's a really good website. It's fairly simple, especially for older people like myself. I've got good
Rex,
headings up the top there.
Rex, hang on a second here. Whoa, let's backpedal a wee bit here. We're talking age here. How old are you?
I'm 51.
Jesus, man, what does that make me then? I must be
I don't know. You'd only be 40, wouldn't you, Bruce? Eh?
I like you.
Look
Rex.
after you, buddy.
Like you.
Yeah.
I must be prehistoric then if you're only 51.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but look,
listen.
so there's heaps of stuff on that website. So you can go onto the waterways where you can look up restricted areas, the beacon to beacon guides. So they go all the way up to Rocky. Yep. They're really good chartlets there that you can have a look at. Tide graphs, even the tide tables themselves. If you're pretty new to tides, at the end of the tide tables, it's got really good explanatory notes in there, so you can actually, have a read through and understand how to read them. So that's a really good thing as well. So I do recommend people go onto there and have a look. And just lastly, before I go, just around some of the incidents that we've had. I know you mentioned the statistics that were received through that right to information to the journalist in New South Wales.
Yeah.
It's just worthy pointing out that incidents are heavily underreported. So, for an example, we got the incident or the injuries from Queensland Health and correlated those against marine incidents with the injuries. And so we were getting 18% were being reported. So it's scant information, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's about it's
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
quite alarming.
But
if that's the case, I'd hate to think then if that's us in Queensland, and New South Wales was high, and if that's been underreported as well, then their numbers are way up. So if that's a reflection across.
I don't know how they're reporting. I did work down in New South Wales Maritime for a couple of years, but I don't know how their reporting goes. Whether they can suck that information in from the ambulance or the New South Wales Health.
Yep.
I know that we don't do that. We actually have to retrospectively check it. So that's why it's not included in our marine incident data.
That's interesting to know, Rex. Okay. That's fine.
As I said, main causal factors is that inexperience, so inattention, excessive speed is another one, and just not knowing your coal regs. So if you want to, even just a simple thing of sticking on the starboard side of the channel when you're in a creek or river or something, things like that. They all just
they make a difference, but a lot of people seem to forget about it when they're heading towards something. It's just I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the way we drive, and then we just kind of abandon it all when we're on the waterway and we think we're going the same way as we drive. I don't know. But...
Yeah, and everything happens so quick on a ski, as you know, because they're so quick. And the natural reaction is to take your hand off the throttle, and then you've
lost any control. So, you've lost any control at all.
Mind you, the new ones are pretty good nowadays, aren't they? With the IBR,
I wouldn't know about that one, mate. I'm still riding the old. I'm still old school, mate.
You old school.
Hoping to change it soon, but I can't find a buyer for my ski at the moment, so we'll work it out somehow. Anyway, all right, mate. Listen, great chatting to you as always. Do we see you out on a jet ski, monitoring the situation out on the water, or? Or do you
Yeah,
sit,
yeah.
or
I'll
do you
be
sit in
heading
the
up.
office with your feet
I'll
up?
be heading up with Morn pretty soon. Yeah, he's going to show me around, I think. But
Oh,
yeah,
nice
we
one.
always try and get out and about, and yeah, we try and do as much education. So if there's any people out there that are organising a trip, or a group ride or whatever, and they want us to come down and let off a flare for them, or
Yep.
even just simple flares. People don't actually know how to use them.
No, because never. The thing is,
So
nobody.
anything like that, we're
Yeah,
more than
nobody
happy to.
really knows how to properly use them. The instructions are there, but at the end of the day, there's still a potential for potential for injury if you don't do it right. So to have someone experienced
Yeah.
showing you how to do it for the first time without actually having to let off one of your own, I think it's invaluable. It's invaluable.
Yeah, yeah, and we've got education packs that we hand out and that. So look, the offer's open. We're always really keen to engage with the jet ski community. It's we obviously do a lot of work with the boating public vessels, but we really do have a passion for jet skis. So let us know if we can help, or
It helps when you've got
come
people in
down and
high
say
places, Rex.
yeah, well, the general manager at MSQ, he drives a jet ski. Yeah, so we've got friends in high places.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we've still got to behave though. We still, as a community, we still have to behave. So
Absolutely.
that's the main thing. Rex, pleasure
Yeah.
as always, mate. We'll see you again, and hopefully we'll catch up with you on the water at some point. Oh, one question before we go. White ribbon ride. Is there any news on it?
No, so that got banned a couple of years ago. It was a pretty tough pill to swallow, that one.
Yeah, that was a bit of a tough one.
Yeah, so but no, probably won't do it again. We are looking at other things. So I'm helping Jane with the Santa ride up in Brisbane.
Yep.
So we're looking at that. We also got another thing that's coming up in Brisbane called Melt, which is like the Mardi Gras on Oxford Street, except we're using Brisbane River. So that's going to be pretty big as well. And then I'm actually looking at something like the Bridge to Brisbane, but using Sundale Bridge to Story Bridge.
Okay.
Looking at that as well. But if we can get that one off the ground, I'll definitely try and jump back on and have a chat about that.
Yeah, no worries. No problem. You're always welcome here, mate. Always welcome here.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just a good way to engage with the jet ski community, and also, see a community that jet skis are out there doing their bit.
We're doing our bit, but we're doing the right thing, sort of thing as well. So yeah, exactly. All right, Rex. Thanks a lot, mate. Appreciate your time.
No, thank you.
All right, have a good one.
See you, mate.
See ya. Well, there we go, and always good to have Rex on. Enjoy it. Knowledge is everything. He gives you a really good insight into things that are going on, and he's always there. Him and his team always available. They're always willing to help out. Seminars, talks, demonstrations, whatever it is you want, reach out to him. If he can help you out, if he can fit you in and do stuff with you or do stuff with your groups, then by all means he'll do it for you. So good person to have on your side. All right, so let's go and move into a roundup for the week, and let me just get this on. There we go. All right, Victoria Jetski PWC Association, 29th, 30th of June. It's only a couple of weeks now until they have their Winter Enduro Series. Winter Enduro Series down at Kangaroo Lake. And, is it? Yeah, it's Kangaroo Lake, Mystic Park, Victoria. If you're thinking about it, get yourself organised, get down there, get your entries in. Hit up Alex Ewens, he'll help you out if there's any questions you need asked. Go to the event. The event's there. Contact details all in there. Leave a post. They'll get back to you and keep you right. If you're thinking about it, now's the time. Okay, that's Victoria. Obviously, the QPWC they had their round 2 at the weekend there, and unfortunately, I was actually on my way up, and I had an issue with my car just outside of Fernville. The engine light came on, and I've spent the last hour or so driving home by the seat of my pants, hoping that nothing was going to blow up, because I had no idea what I was doing damage-wise, potentially, to the car. Thankfully, it was just a coil that's been replaced this morning, actually. So now the car's working fine. But I didn't know what was going on. And I did not want to be stuck up in Somerset Dam, which is 2 hours from my house. And I didn't want us to be stuck up there. And then, yeah, I didn't fancy it. So I thought I'll play my cards. I'll be safe, turn around, head home. I was really looking forward to getting up there and meeting everyone and seeing the whole day unfold and just grabbing a bunch of content and then sharing it with all you. But it didn't happen, unfortunately. So, listen, the 2 events that are coming up, we have let's go to the first one. Round 3, 14th of July, we have 4 weeks, just over 4 weeks until round 3 is happening. I'll be there, rain or shine, whether it's on a ski or not, I'll still be there. And that's on the 14th of July. Entries are open now if you want to enter. I know there's a bunch of people already signed up for it already. So, yeah, let's build on it. First two rounds have been a great success. Let's make 3 even better. That's the motto. And then we've got the Enduro Series, which is the Cameron Martin Memorial. 28th of July, 1-day event up at Somerset. And, yeah, it's obviously it's in memory of Cameron Martin. A series of enduro races. And it's a good one. It's nothing else but enduros. So if you fancy trying enduros as something a bit different instead of a closed course, then by all means enter this one. Entries are open for this one as well. So that's that. Now let's see if I can find some images from the weekend. Let's go here. Jeff was up there. Let's just open these up. Oh dear, on the moe. Who's that? That's Kelly, and I'm not sure who that is. Ooh, look at that. On the moe. That's Mel Claudia, I think. I hope I've got that right. Some of the gang, the boys there. Big thumbs up. Now, who's that? Oh, God, I'm not sure who that is. I don't want to guess. No. Does anybody know who that is? I don't want to take a guess because I don't want to get the wrong person. Is that Sarah? No. I don't know. Sarah, I hope that's not. Oh, I don't want to get you. I don't want to upset anybody. It is Sarah, right? Okay, fine. To be honest, I wasn't too sure. This was throwing me a little bit here because I seen Sarah wearing this the other day, but I just wasn't sure if it was. So that's not me, Sarah. Rumbled. Yeah, so it looks like a cracking day. There's Carl, deep in thought. Ooh, contemplating the moment. If you could caption that image, what would you say? What the hell am I doing? That's what I would say. What the hell have I got myself into? So, hey, he did it. So well done to him. And now that's one of the girls, I believe. Come on, girls, help me out. Is that Eric? No. Fuck man. Nice one, Carl. Is that Erica? I might. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who it is anyway. Chop chop. up there. I take it the drones were flying around, or there must have been a plane or something flying around up there. My disguise. It's your superhero outfit. It is Erica, right? Thank you for that one. Yeah, so a great looking day. I'm just gutted that I missed it. Some cracking pictures there again from Jeff. Let me just get out of the way. Listen, remember, if you want your packages or a bunch of little pictures or promos for yourself, hit up Jeff. It doesn't cost a lot, to be honest, and it helps cover his costs a little and the time that he puts into it. As you can see with these pictures, there is a labour of love, but he does put a lot of time into it. Let's have a quick look at this picture. There's a bit of a debate here about suntan and big guns. So he's looking a bit toned there. That's like, yeah. Oh, Jake. Still waiting on you appearing, mate. Where are you? You're hiding. At least Carol and all the rest of the gang are in there. Photoshopped. Nice one, Carl. No, I don't know who that one is. What was that? 88? Not sure who that is. Photoshopped. Oh, there he is. It's Peter. Oh, Pedro Grant. There we go. Gav. Yeah, like I say, grab a package off of Jeff. He's up there. Grab some, make it a little bit worth his while. He put together a nice little package of photographs for you, and I think it would be worth it. I think it's $40 or something. So it's not a lot really, and when you consider the time that he puts into it, I think it's well worth it. So let's just see if I can. There we go. There's a collage of the girls that were in racing at the weekend. So that's pretty epic. I believe the beginners class was had quite a few in it as well. Still waiting on the results coming up. I'm not aware of any results at the moment. So yeah, let's keep building this. Let's keep building this for round 3 and then round 4 in August, which is in is it August? Oh, wait a minute. I think it might be September actually for round 4. Which is at Redcliffe, which is going to be very different to the Dam. Okay, so we've got 3 more comps left, round 3, round 4, and then the Cameron Martin Enduro, and then, sorry, I've forgotten the Queensland State Finals as well, not finals, but the Queensland State Championships, which will be in August, and then round 4 finishes up in September. Okay, so a little bit to go yet. Let's keep this momentum going. Let's keep having the fun. Let's keep the vibe there, and let's just have a great time. And yeah, let's see what happens. So, really appreciate what's going on. Jamie, having spoken to Jamie a couple of times about it, he's over the moon with how it's all playing out just now. So let's keep it that way, and let's grow. Let's grow together and make it one big happy family. All right, so. That's that one. Now, we did talk about this one over the past couple of weeks, based on the back of the article from Joshua Dowling. This has gone, the manufacturers in Australia are now, they're now trying to lobby politicians in New South Wales to get this reviewed and getting the increases looked at. If you're down in New South Wales, lobby your local member for Parliament and ask for an urgent review. Guys, this is outrageous. It's the single most expensive jet ski fees in the world. Like, you're talking about a 10-year license for just under $2,000. Now, we're lucky here in Queensland. We pay one fee and that's it. We don't pay it again. But that's not to say it doesn't change. It's like anything. Things happen, things change all the time. Okay, so let's bear in mind that if we can help others out, then it'll help us all in the long run. Okay. Right, let's go ride roundups. Now, what do we have? I'm on Jake's Jetski Jake's group and his little family. Tomorrow he has a pop-up round. Let me just refresh that page and see if he has any new. I'll come to that one in a second. Look. Yep, I'll come to that one in a second. Carol, yep. And Jake's, I'll come to that one. I'm not showing that one. That's quite funny though. Now, where did I see it? Oh, I've lost it. No. He had a ride up tomorrow, but I can't seem to. Wait a minute, have I went past that? I think I have. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yep, there it is. My bad. Alright, so guys, if anybody's at a loose end tomorrow, 7:30 Jacob's Well, click and collect from Runaway Bay. So he's swinging by Runaway Bay at 8 o'clock to pick up any stragglers. Put your name down though. It's limited spots because he doesn't want to have big groups. Little run out the front of Straddy. See if you can catch any whale, the glimmer of any whales up and down the highway. And then back into Breckie at Tipplers. So a nice little run out first thing in the morning. That's tomorrow morning. Hit up Jake and or Greg Stacey. But you need to get your name down on this one as well, anyway. So yeah, there you go. Alright, so that's that one. Pop-up ride on Saturday. Ipswich to Tangalooma and back via St Helena. And Carol's coming up the Brisbane River from Ippy. Put your name down. I'll be meeting up with Jake and Luke's group. They're going from different ramps. And Luke's is actually in the list above here, so I'm going to wait to come up to that one. So Riverside Park ramp, 7:30 AM. You will need extra fuel for this. Hit up Carol on a Jetski Jake family page and get your name down. And off the back of that one, to tie in with Luke's and Jake's Point Boat Ramp, Paradise Point Boat Ramp, 15 Saturday morning again, 9 AM, arriving at 8:30, get there at 8:30 to launch for 9 departure. You will need extra fuel as well. Be mindful, you can get some fuel at Amity Tavern, just past Amity Tavern in Amity. It will cost you a little bit, but if you want to take extra fuel with you, just make sure they're full canisters and you have all your necessary must-haves. A 5-star ride leader now. Is that 5-star or 5-star? Does that mean you've done 5 rides or just that you're 5-star? Come on, man. So there you go. There's going to be 3 groups are going to be joining up over at Morton Island. They'll have a little run around. Jake's talking about doing a run up there as well, and he will go and have a look up around North Morton, which is a ride as well. It's a ride in its own, and then there'll be some choices made about whether they come back down the inside of North Stradbroke Island or they go down the outside of Straddy as well. So that'll be a long day. Be a good fun day though. Hopefully the weather's good for it, and I would assume it is. Otherwise, it wouldn't be getting posted. So it's obviously looking not too bad. All right, so that's Jetski Jake's family, guys. Go to their page, have a look, see what they've got going, put your name down. Okay. All right, that's that one. Now I did see one pop up here on the Jetski Riders Gold Coast Brisbane page. I just need to find it and see where it's at. Nicky Suter's looking for people to head out on Sunday. So maybe if you've got something planned, maybe contact Nikki and see what she has to say. Where is it? It was there earlier. Wait a minute, I maybe need to refresh the page. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's see. I think that might be it there. This could be it here. Yes, that's it. Jacob's Well to, around the Gold Coast. This is right around the Gold Coast, heading out through the Seaway, out onto the ocean side, have a look. Sunday morning, Blair McGilvray is going out with his son. He's inviting anybody that wants to join him to hit him up. Jacob's Well, 8 a.m, heading to the Gold Coast Seaway, out into the ocean, hope to catch spot whales, and then heading back in, same way, stopping at Tipler's for lunch on the back. So it'll be a nice, that ride would be a nice one, because it's just a case of manana, take it nice and easy, nice laid back. We see something. If we don't, we go grab some brekkie, and we have a chew the fat around a coffee or whatever, and then we head on home. So some nice rides coming up over the weekend. Look them up. Blair McGilvery's this one, and that's on Sunday morning. Jake, Luke and Carl's rides are Saturday. They tie in together up at Morton Island. So hook them up and see what they've got for you. If you have anything else planned, post them in the groups. Post them in either of these groups. Post them in and encourage other people to join you. And if you've got any video footage or any photographs, tag Jetski Republic in them when you post, and I'll happily look at sharing them for you with everyone else who may not already have seen them. Okay, so I encourage you to tag Jetski Republic. I'd really, really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, that's us for this week, and well, I'm gonna sound out now and leave you for the week. And this video I've got is actually one of Mon Duran's. He's been back out on the water, and I can't remember where the heck it was he went. And I know he ended up in Whitehaven, so it's up the Whitsundays. Mon Durand is an old friend of the show. I've regularly played videos of Mon's and Rebecca Hills, all from the Whitsundays in the Bowen area and the Mackay area. So they're always really, really nice videos. Whatever you're up to over the course of this weekend, I have a basketball junior club basketball competition which will be live streaming, and it won't be live streamed on Jetski Republic, although I'll probably put a shared link on it. But that'll be my day on Saturday, and yeah, do something a little bit different. And yeah, so this is Mon Duran's video, Seaforth to Whitehaven, Seaforth to Whitehaven, 175 kilometre round trip he did. Cracking video. I've already watched it. It's a really, really good video, but they always are. Whatever you're up to over the weekend, be good, be respectful, stay safe, and most importantly, have fun. Thank you.